Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. This is Spark TCG, and today we're going to be going over another Arceus VSTAR deck that has been seeing success in the Paldea Evolved format, and that is going to be Arceus Aerodactyl VSTAR Umbreon VMAX. Now, Arceus obviously is one of the most powerful cards ever created, with that fantastic Trinity Nova and also arguably the best ability ever put on a card, Star Birth. Now, one of the really cool things about this card is that it has allowed for so many different combinations and strategies to be created, and this is just another one of those that actually works out really well. There was a semi-similar list that did relatively decently at the North American International Championships. Chris Kemp did get, I believe, 17th place with Arceus VSTAR Aerodactyl. However, there have been also some players, most recently one of my friends, Michael Zhang, got a League Cup win with this Arceus VSTAR Umbreon deck. I made a couple changes to their list, but I think it actually is really strong. So today we're going to hop into that, and if you're interested in the deck list, make sure to go check out the description. It will be down there. But this is Arceus VSTAR, obviously being able to use that Trinity Nova to power up attackers like Aerodactyl VSTAR with that Lost Dive. Lost Dive is incredibly powerful against decks that are weak to fighting, like the Arceus Mirror Match specifically. Ancient Star is also fantastic. Until this Pokemon leaves play, it gains an ability that has the effect your opponent's Pokemon Vs in play, except any Aerodactyl V-Star have no abilities. So if you win the coin flip, what you do want to do versus decks like Lugia is use that Ancient Star to make it so that they can never Summoning Star. We also have Umbreon as well. Umbreon is a very good card as of right now versus decks like Gardevoir and also Mew VMAX. With that Dark Signal, it is pretty much a boss's orders as an ability. So when you evolve your Umbreon V into the VMAX, you will get a free Gust effect. And Max Darkness is very strong, being able to knock out things like Gardevoir and Mew VMAX with relative ease. We got some other interesting cards here, like Yveltal. The reason why Yveltal is in this deck is specifically for the Lugia and also Arceus matchup. If you use Aerodactyl, Lugia can still sometimes beat you by just manually attaching energy turn by turn, which is why the Yveltal Cry Destruction will pretty much put an end to that and prevent them from being able to win that way. Hawlucha plus Alakazam is a really cool combo in this deck, being able to move damage around, specifically damage that you potentially put on the board with Hawlucha. It just gives you a lot of options, stuff like that. It's really good versus Dragonite as well. You can take easy KOs. Hawlucha plus Alakazam is also really good versus Gardevoir too. This deck does not play Choice Belt, so you can't pull off the fabled Choice Belt Hawlucha, move the Alakazam damage to the active KO, but that's okay. That's almost like a pipe dream regardless. Here is the rest of the list. One of the more cool cards in this deck is Box of Disaster. If the Pokemon V this card is attached to has full HP and is knocked out by damage from an attack for your opponent's Pokemon, you get to put 8 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon. So what is this good against? Well, it's very good against Gardevoir, as Gardevoir oftentimes needs to one-shot you to be able to keep up in the prize race, and if they do, Box of Disaster activates and you're able to put 8 damage counters, surely knocking out any of their Pokemon that they've attacked with. Because to knock out big things like Aerodactyl, Umbreon, and Arceus, you need to attach a lot of energies, which thus means that you're going to be putting lots of damage on yourself, making yourself very vulnerable to the Box of Disaster. So that is the list as of right now. As I said, if you're interested in it, make sure to go check out the description, and let's hop into some games and show off how the deck works. All right, everyone. So hopping into our game here. So we're going to be going up against the Mew VMAX deck, one of the more powerful decks in the standard format. So we'll see how we're able to do against it. Looks like they did flip tails. Looks like there is the Forest Seal Stone as well that has been used. Here we go. Forest going to be able to get themselves any card that they'd like. I gotta assume this is going to be a VIP pass. Maybe an Ultra Ball to thin out the hand here if they already had a VIP pass. So we'll see. Here is the VIP being used. Going to be able to get themselves 2 of any basic Pokemon and toss them onto the bench here. There is a second Genesect as well as a third one too. So very good start for them, along with the Switch card. Yeah, so very good stuff for them here. Looks like they're going to be able to get off to a nice and quick start. Here is the Fusion Strike system. Going to be used to draw up to 5 fresh cards here. VIP. So the Meloetta. Okay, so it is Fusion Mew. I wasn't sure if it was DT Mew because they went triple Genesect, double Mew, and I wasn't sure if there was going to be a fourth Genesect that came down or if it was going to be Meloetta, which I'm totally fine with. So here is the Fusion Strike system once more, drawing up to 6 fresh new cards. And we will see what else they got here. All right, there is the pass. Okay. So, whoa, there is a fantastic top deck. That is what we're looking for. Okay, that makes things much easier. So, we can Nest Ball here. Gonna grab ourselves that Umbreon. We have Umbreon along also with the Drapion in this matchup. So, it's a totally fine matchup. Definitely not incredibly worried about it. As long as we're able to get this energy. Like, this is the big thing. If we can get the energy, we're typically okay. I don't really like this hand a whole lot. The Aerodactyl in this matchup is admittedly not super useful. So I think this is just going to be a professor's research here. Gonna try and find myself another Umbreon, which would be perfect. There is the Drapion as well, which is good. The only concern is I drew into a couple of those basic energies, so I believe I have 3 left. Yeah, I have exactly 3 left. Okay, so disaster averted. I'll be able to still power up these Umbreons, which is good. So we're gonna go Umbreon down here. Let's go and Trinity Charge. Gonna be able to get 3 on the board. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and then we can attach the 3rd one for turn right here. We got ourselves pretty nicely set up, I think. I think this is totally fine. All right. So waiting for them here. That's exactly what they're able to do. All right. So very, very likely that they are able to get a KO here. It just kind of depends on which one they're able to KO. Honestly, even if they chase an Umbreon, I might just go Umbreon VMAX, bring up a baby Mew, and just Trinity Nova. I think that's actually probably what I want to do. There's a Lost Vacuum getting away the, I would assume, Forced Seal Stone there. Yep. All right, and we'll see what else they're able to get here. Let's see. I gotta assume they're gonna look at the knockout here, right? You have to kind of assume. Like, Mew VMAX always has it, you know, so. All right, there is the power tablet, and we're gonna see that Fusion Strike system. One of the best abilities put on a Pokemon in a very long time is the entire consistency engine of the Fusion Strike archetype. We do see the Ultra Ball here going to be getting rid of that Lost City. Now, that is kind of important because that is a stadium that they might want later in the game if I am able to hit something like a Path to the Peak. They also are down a Lost Vacuum. Now, Double Turbo Mew typically plays 3 to 4 Lost Vacuum. However, Meloetta Mew oftentimes plays 2, maybe 3 at max. So they are a little bit weaker to Path because they have to add in things like the Meloetta, potentially even Oricorio if they decide to play it, and also potentially other things like the Ice Cube and Fusion Energies. So you have to cut some consistency cards almost in a way like Lost Vacuum, because Lost Vacuum is actually considered a consistency card because it thins out the hand, which does maximize Fusion Strike systems. So that is also really, really important to look at. So yeah, we'll see what ends up happening here. Just kind of waiting on them here. Decision, and we'll see what they got cooking. Right. So the big thing is that if they miss the DTE, then I think we probably just win. Because if they miss DTE, we can go Umbreon, bring up that Mew if they hide it on the bench, Drapion KO, and it becomes really bad for them. So we'll see. Because it would be better. So it's in this situation now, if you're wondering, hey, should I KO with Umbreon or should I KO with the Drapion? Well, you want to KO with the Drapion here because there is no Path to the Peak in play. So take that opportunity to be able to get that KO with the Drapion, because of something like Iono or Roxanne paired up with Path to the Peak will almost invalidate that Drapion. So it is really important if you have the opportunity to kind of take advantage of it. Now, in this situation, I don't think I'm going to have that opportunity, unfortunately, because I can't really sacrifice 2 energies to retreat this. So I think I'm going to be forced to just smack with an Umbreon here and hope that it doesn't get KO'd. They are down 1 tablet, which is helpful. But unfortunately, I can't use the Dark Signal to bring up this because as long as Pokemon, or as long as this card is attached to a Pokemon, it provides every type of energy, but it prevents all effects of every opponent's abilities done to that card, or this Pokemon this card is attached to. So that is kind of scary. So we're gonna put Umbreon. Now, best case scenario is we do just draw the Switch, but I'm not looking forward. I'm not looking super like that's gonna happen. So okay, I have options here. I can go KO the Mew, but then they just go one more fusion energy KO me, which does not feel good. So because then I don't have a response really. So I think at this point we're just gonna have to hope that we don't get KO'd here, and try and figure it out from there. And yeah, it really does suck that I can't bring up this Mew, because I would always bring it up because we get the 2 fusion, or we get 1 fusion off the field, and we also take 2 prizes. But all right, we're gonna fail that. I think we're just gonna use the Iono here. I would like a little bit of a better hand, ideally a second Umbreon VMAX as well. I think that's important just because it makes it more difficult for them to be able to knock out. I could have also used Yveltal, but I don't think that's necessarily super worth it. We can go double Box of Disaster on them both, potentially getting some damage places, and then I'll be able to use that Max Darkness. Now, if they do go boss's orders, KO the Umbreon on the bench, what I will need to do is I will need to use something like potentially a Judge paired up with Path. Just do something to get that thing locked, and try and buy myself extra time. But we're looking okay as of right now. This is pretty much the big turn. The good thing is that they separated the fusion energy and the choice boat here, which does mean that it might be a little bit harder for them to reach 310, but they do just need 3 power tablets, which, as many players who play Mew know, that is very achievable. So yep, we're gonna see what they're able to do here. Big turn, that arguably kind of decides the game, so we'll see what they got. All right, there's the cram. That is a big heads here. All right. All right, looks like they're probably going to be able to find themselves a power tablet. I am just hoping they prized one, because if they did prize one, then we would just be able to go Umbreon KO again, and they really don't have an out to that, because we always win this game in 2 turns, right? So that is the goal here for us. So yeah, I guess the big problem in this game is that we haven't been able to find that path, which, you know, it's okay, it happens. But they're thinking about what they want here, going to be able to select that card. And I gotta assume this is a DTE or a power tablet. Probably gonna be the power tablet because DTEs are easier to find as they haven't used one. Or maybe it's just another Mew or something like that to draw more cards. Yeah, maybe they're just getting things to thin out the hand here, which is totally reasonable. So, I got 3 Fusion Strike systems, and a Dream here to get where they need to be. All right, there's Fusion Strike system. All right. Let's see what ends up happening here. Gotta assume they're playing like they don't have it. Like they are taking their time. So maybe they don't have it here. Maybe we are gonna get away with not actually winning the coin flip and getting Trinity Nova off, because we just got Trinity Charge. So usually when that happens against Mew, it gets a little bit spooky. But there is the energy. Now the big question is can they thin the rest of this hand out? Because since they've committed this energy, they've basically said, all right, I need 3 power tablet, because they're doing base 190 as of right now with the double turbo. That jumps up to 220, and then they go 250, 280, 310 with those 3 power tablets. So they have used 1 Fusion Strike system and have not shown that they have it yet, which is a very good sign. And that's a sign that they did not have it. So this might mean that they did prize something like a power tablet, which means that they want to get the KO here with this Mew VMAX right now because they didn't have a tablet. I'm not entirely sure, but that might be a reason as to why. And Box of Disaster does activate if the Pokemon V this card is attached to has full HP and is knocked out by damage from attack. I get to put 8 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon. Now, admittedly here, this does not really matter, as the Umbreon is going to be able to take the knockout regardless. But it is pretty cool against decks, as I said at the beginning of the video when we were going over the deck list, like Gardevoir. So, okay. This is going to be a big judge turn here. I would love to just to judge here and attempt to find something like a path to the peak to be able to stop them from being able to do anything. Big Judge, gonna see exactly what I'm able to get here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I did miss the path. Okay, so this does mean that all I can do is max darkness, take this KO, and pretty much just hope that they aren't able to get the 3 power tablet for the KO, which would mean that I'm able to win the game. So here's boss, here's Professor's research, and there is the Arceus as well. Active comes the Mew VMAX. We do see the draw for turn. This will be the turn where if they have 4 Genesects, they will be coming down here. And they are down a lot of resources. There is the Escape Rope, just going to be thinning that out of the hand here. Makes sense to be able to use that Fusion Strike system. And if they do have all the resources left in deck, I would be very surprised to see them miss. However, we do see the Fusion system for 1, which is a direct sign that their hand might not be very, very good. Lost City comes down as well. Maybe that's what they drew into. It looks like it. And if that means there's not any burnable cards in this hand, I think we're going to be able to get there. There is the Iono to 2, which does mean that they can Genesect up to 5 here still. So I guess they have a shot still. That Iono is very, very good for them. Drawing up to 5. This has to be power tablet, energy, power tablet to be able to get the KO here. There is the Nest Ball. This will actually give them one more opportunity with that Fusion Strike system if they do have it. Or if they do have a 1 prizer that they can just hide behind for a turn, that would be great. And it looks like they don't have anything. So the big question is do they have that other Genesect in the hand? Because this hand's going to have to be energy, Genesect, or it's going to have to be like energy, power tablet, choice belt. And I don't think they have it here. So they're going to have to retreat into the ice queue and pass it off to me, which there's still one little problem with this situation. I don't actually have a great way to get this KO here unless I top deck the boss's orders, which I was able to do there. So looks like we're going to be able to use the boss's orders, bring up this Mew VMAX, and we're going to be able to use that max darkness to take the KO and get the game versus Mew. Super close game there. Was able to use that Umbreon pretty much to carry the entire way. All right, that was a pretty good game. Let's hop into the next one. Alrighty, everyone. So hopping into our next game here, it looks like we're going to be going up against Turbo Dark, I think, based off the Moltres. I don't know yet, though. We'll see. The good thing is, though, is our hand is very good. Or potentially, it's based off what we top deck, because we have Ultra Ball for Arceus VSTAR. However, we don't want to Ultra Ball for like an Aerodactyl, for example, and then not have a way to actually set up after that. So our top deck will determine quite a bit here. So here's Ultra Ball coming out. I'm gonna be able to discard. Woo, double dark energy. That is very scary. Okay, so Ultra Ball being used there, discarding double dark. Probably gonna search for something like that. Radiant Greninja, which we'll see the concealed cards inevitably coming out here. They also do have Squawkabilly too. They do have a very, very good start here. There's the Dire Flare Wings, and then there is the Dark Energy attach, and there is the Choice Belt as well. And there's an Ultra Ball. Okay, so they have quite the start, a much better start admittedly than I do. Especially with this really cool card called Squawkabilly, able to squawk and seize, discard, and draw 6 cards, which is going to help them replenish the hand here. They're off to an honestly really explosive start. So there is a Dark Patch as well, going on to the Darkrai onto the bench. There is a Concealed Cards, already gone through pretty much half their deck already, which is pretty impressive. There is another Choice Belt. And a pass. Okay. So we do top deck. Wow. What a great card. Okay. Yeah, that's very sarcastic. Okay. I don't think I can actually grab anything here. I do have V-Guards, so I can 91, 20, 50. They're probably not KOing me. So I think I'm just gonna pass here, because I know they can't KO me, and there's no reason to Ultra Ball here, so I'm just gonna pass. All right. I will have Trinity Nova for the next turn, which will allow me to set up that Aerodactyl, which will probably be the thing that I actually want to use in this game. There's energy, the 90, 120, 150, 180, 210, or 60. Wait, no, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180. They're doing 180 right now. Dire Flare Wings. Just please smack me and that's it, and we'll be fine. Oh boy. Okay, so what does this mean they can get? They don't really have anything though. Like, there's really not a whole lot that they can grab here. So we might just be fine. We'll see though. The V-Guard is helpful. The V-Guard is saving me here. So we'll see. The good thing is that they have Squawk on the board, which is an easy KO at some point if we do need it. So things are looking okay. Yeah, there's... Whoa, they're Star Bissing now. Okay, so what are they getting? They just got one? So they're doing 60, 90, 120, 150, 180, 210... 60, 90, 120, 150, 180... Oh, this is strange. Okay, they're just ore burning. Really? Huh. So... now I can actually take KO on this. Okay. Wow, things turned around here. Okay, so I'm gonna go Hawlucha, which is gonna use that flying entry. And as long as I'm able to establish here, I think I'm okay. We're gonna bench the Alakazam, Ultra Ball away these two. I'm gonna grab Arceus VSTAR here. Use that Starbirth. Okay, things are looking up now because I can actually take the KO on this. So, the box should just go on to, I think, Aerodactyl. I'll grab Aerodactyl and research here. Because I didn't really do anything this turn. So I'll go research Aerodactyl. Voila. Bench Aerodactyl. Box of Disaster. Alakazam will move the 10 damage to the active. Because we're only doing 180 right now. Move the 2 damage counters. Okay, we'll move this. Move this to the active. Okay, and then we'll research. There's an Umbreon. And then we will Trinity Nova for the KO. Okay, so this turned around here. Going to be able to power up this Aerodactyl here. We'll go 1, 2... and then 3 here. I have other fighting in hand, so I can just attach it to the Aerodactyl. Okay, so now I think I'm in a decent spot here. I think I'm fine, because if we can go Dactyl, Box of Disaster, KO, then maybe I can step an Arceus. Yeah, this is interesting for us right now. So, we'll see what happens, but I think I got a shot. Maybe I also could have powered up Arceus this turn instead. I don't really know. Here's that dark patch they were looking for that I had in hand. And the big question is, what else do they got? There's Super Rod. Okay. All right. All right, there is Trekking Shoes. All right, there's Research, getting rid of the Iono. So they had some support. Maybe, interesting, they just don't know how to do anything last turn. Maybe they had like too many good cards they just wanted to kind of hold on to. I'm not sure, but there is Concealed Cards coming up here. Discarding, drawing 2. There's Pokestop, Pokestopping away. Oh, they got rid of 2 important things. Yeah, there's a Research and an Energy. So not actually important things. Those aren't too important for sure. Okay, so they're doing 60, 90, 120, 150 right now. 180, 210, 240. Okay, so this Dactyl is in danger. This Dactyl is admittedly very much in danger from getting KO'd here. There's the Moltres. If they just find the dark patches next turn, which is what I'm worried about. If we had Iono here, I'd actually feel pretty good about this. If we go Iono path, we just don't have that. So that becomes spooky because we can't actually KO this Darkrai. So I think what my next route potentially becomes is going Boss Dactyl KO the bench, which I hope they put this on Moltres because that'd be a huge misplay by them. Because it gives me the out to KO it. And they did. Oh my goodness. Okay. So that's really bad. They definitely, I think, should have put it on the Darkrai GX or V-Star GX, the Darkrai V-Star, because now I can take 2 energies off the field and also take prize cards. So this is very good for me now because it becomes very difficult for them to actually one-shot this Aerodactyl for the future. So we're going to go attach here, evolve into Aerodactyl, and I can't take this KO here yet because it's weak to grass, but I can use boss's orders now to KO this, which is important. I guess if they go boss KO this, that's potentially fine. But I guess I do also kind of want to Umbreon here. I guess Umbreon in here is like safer because I just hold boss. But then again, if they do hit boss, like it's pretty unlikely to hit boss KO on this. So I think we'll just go boss's orders, bring up this Umbreon here. Or not Umbreon. We'll bring up this Moltres and then we'll Umbreon next turn. Yeah, that seems totally fine. So we'll bring up the Moltres here. We'll use this Ultra Ball, getting rid of Research and Arceus. Just thin it out to get ourselves another Umbreon. At this point, we're all in on this working. So we're going to go bench Umbreon, Box of Disaster this one, as this is the more important one. And then we can also move this damage around. I guess I'll just move it to the active. It does, or to the bench one. It doesn't really matter. And then we'll go Lost Dive. For the KO, I'm putting 3 cards from the top into the Lost Zone, which is not too big of a deal anyways. The Judge Iono DT doesn't really matter a whole lot. I guess the DT is kind of annoying admittedly, but it's okay. So 2 prizes here. Going to be able to get those both. And I would have liked to have V-Guard. I would have definitely felt a lot better about this situation. However, I still think that we're looking okay as long as we can Umbreon next turn. But that's the big thing, is that I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. There's the second, because they might just KO this and then I don't have an attacker. So there's the energy onto the Moltres here. They're down double Dark Patch. They have a route. Their route is using the Galarian, the baby Galarian Moltres. So I'm going to hope that they miss it here, because right now they're doing 60. What did they get rid of? They got rid of... They didn't get a whole lot there. I know they didn't get a whole lot. They got Rope plus I think something else. But they also threw away another Dark Energy, which is important because they're down a lot. So they're doing 60, 91, 21, 51, 80, 210 right now. So they need baby Moltres with 2 energies. If they can do that, they got me there. But if they don't, we just win. So this is really close here. So yeah, there's the boss. Oh, it looks like they don't have it. Oh my goodness. Okay, so it looks like they missed it here. So it looks like we are going to be able to take the game here versus Turbo Dark. Turbo Dark has been showing up a little bit recently. Ross Cawthon did get, I believe, 33rd place at NAIC with it, and it looks like I'm going to be able to get the game here. Oh my gosh, that was so close. Okay, so yeah, really, really lucky. I think that they made that slight error, I think, attaching it to the Moltres, but we'll take it. Can't complain. Still knock this out, right? Yeah, we knock out any of these things. All right, bring up the Squawkabilly, and we're going to be able to use that Lost Dive to take the KO, and we're able to take down Turbo Darkrai. Just barely there. Very, very scary matchup. Very strong deck in my opinion as of right now, and I'm happy we're able to get there. But with that being said, that is going to do it for today's video. Arceus, Aerodactyl, Umbreon, a really strong and cool deck as of right now. Now, if you enjoy the content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. If you're interested in the deck list, make sure to go check it out as well. It will be in the description. And thank you so much for watching. This is Smart TCG. I appreciate it all, and I'll speak with you again soon. Peace. If you're looking to improve your game, I do offer coaching on Metafy. I was ranked in the top 16 ranked players in the entire world, and I know what it takes to reach the next level. I have a free coaching consultation if you're interested in booking that to kind of figure out exactly what coaching is and whether or not it is something for you. I also have individual sessions, event deck list preparation, replay reviews, training plans, and more. So if you have any questions, make sure to book that consultation if you're interested, and we can kind of go over exactly what coaching is and how it will make you into the very best player that you can possibly be. But with that being said, thank you so much for sticking around. I appreciate it. This is Smart TCG, and I'll speak with you all again soon. Thank you so much for the support. Peace.